my
Mine
little
is too.
my nose is wanting to run, so I got a little tissue in my pocket. I have to pull it out every now and again. Y'all just excuse me. So this is technically week 8, and it's wild to me how fast a 16-week class happens.
Excuse me, honey, but let me ask a question.
Well, of course.
Something just popped up on mine. I was looking at you, I was in tune with you. Well, I still can see you, but there's something come on mine says the account owner can also watch this recording if it's stored in the cloud.
Oh.
Any participant granted permission can record to their local device or invite an app to record for them. These individuals can share these recordings with apps and others. And I don't know what to do with it. It says leave the meeting or got it.
You push got it, and that I just record it and put it on my YouTube page.
Just put got it?
Yeah, got it. So I have it set to where well, I just made a liar out of myself. Spotlight. So I have it set to where I'm the big picture. So whenever it's on record and on YouTube, people can probably, or they can hear you talk, but they can't see you. The only thing on the recording is me. So, I can see you on a little tiny little picture up on the computer, and but on the recording, you're not on there. Only I am. Because not everybody will be recorded.
That's the way it shows right now.
Yeah.
But it does have recording on the left side.
Yeah, that's right.
And I didn't make it, so I don't know. But you did. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm recording it because I'm the person who uploads it for y'all to be able to use later.
Okay.
So it's just for y'all. All right, let's get started by warming up our bodies, just walking around the room, open and closing our hands. We always want to warm up before we get started with any type of exercise, and that just decreases our chance of injury when we are working with muscles that are warmed up. And so, for this program, we don't ask for a whole lot of warm up. Just a few minutes of walking, open and closing our hands. And then I want you to remember, as we go through all of our movements, we want to always think of our principles from start to finish. So even if we just do the warm-ups, as long as we're following principles that include movement control, body structure, and then the internal experience, which I try to give y'all by doing some of it quietly. As long as you're following those principles, you're going to get all the good benefits of Tai Chi. Now, the basic of our movements in Tai Chi class is weight transference, and that's really what's going to help you with falls prevention. So you can do the program seated and have a goal of building from there to do it to standing. First and foremost, you want to be safe, and you want to feel comfortable with anything that you're doing. So at any time, if your body feels tired and you feel like you're causing a risk of falling by doing any of the movements, you always want to listen to your body and make an adjustment. Even if it's sitting down, we're not in competition. All you're trying to do is improve yourself. You're not trying to do Tai Chi better than me or Tai Chi better than anybody else on the video. You're just trying to help yourself get better with your balance. Of course, there are other benefits of Tai Chi besides just balance, but this is kind of the point of this program, and probably one of the reasons why you signed up for it is to help you with your balance. So keeping principles in mind, and I will remind you throughout our program. So to start off, we want to think about body structure. We want to have our feet about shoulder width or hip width apart. Our weight is on both legs or both feet. We want to have a good upright posture where it's like a string that pulls up and down at the same time with our shoulders relaxed. Oh, I got me a good deep breath because I talk. And if I'm talking, I'm not breathing. So breathing is a big part of our Tai Chi, as well as the movement control, which is slow, smooth, and continuous. So let's start with our neck. We have our hands to our side. We're going to bring our hands up, palms down, towards our chin and chest. Push away from our body and follow those hands all the way down, chin towards our chest. Bring those hands back up towards our chin and chest. Push away and then follow those hands all the way down. You should feel a little stretch in the back of your neck. As your chin goes towards your chest, you'll feel that stretch. Everything we do is so slight. Right here, come chin and chest. Now let's drop one hand down to our hip. Follow the other hand towards our neck. Or towards our shoulder. Back to the front, switch hands. Now follow this hand as you look towards that shoulder. So you should feel a nice little stretch in your neck. Don't force anything. Don't go as far as you can. Just go until you feel that slight stretch. Continue to breathe as you move from side to side. This helps with the range of motion of your neck. Now for our shoulders, let's roll those shoulders forward, small circles forward, and then small circles back. Almost like a massage you give yourself. And back. Now big circles, let's bring those hands up, palms up, and push them down in front of us. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you press down. One more. Now let's grab our ball. So we're going to separate the heavens and the earth, pushing one hand down towards the ground, keeping that soft bend in your elbow. The other hand comes up, pushes towards the ceiling. So you're pressing up and down at the same time, stretching that spine vertically. Come back to your ball and switch. Back to our ball and switch. Inhale as you come to your ball, exhale as you separate, if that works for you. Of course, you want to listen to your body and what feels natural for you. The main thing is you're inhaling and exhaling, fully filling those lungs with air, fully emptying those lungs with air, and that's diaphragmatic breathing. So you should feel a nice stretch all up your spine as you separate those hands. Now come back to your ball. We're going to take that ball for a ride side to side. Switch our hands, come back to the other side. Remember, we're not going as far as we can go here. We're just going just above that knee as we turn side to side. Nice little horizontal stretch of our spine. And I do want to add that I watched a video this past weekend about people who have herniated disc or specifically problems with their spine. You don't want to do a lot of twisting of your spine right there. And so it's as important when we do it in Tai Chi, like I always say, to keep it small. It's just a slight stretch. And I know sometimes that we think, oh, I got to go further because further is better. Surely it's better. Bigger is better. More is better. But in Tai Chi, that's not the way we think. Small movement, just slight movement of our spine. If we have problems with our back and we start twisting too far like this, we can cause ourselves more problems. So just be conscious of making that movement very small. All right, so we just completed our first upper body stretches, our neck, our shoulders, our spine. Now I want us to do those stretches again, but this time I'm going to do it without talking so that we can practice Jing, or that mental quietness. That's part of our internal principle of Tai Chi. So let's go through those again. Just follow me. All right, those are our warm-up stretches for our neck, shoulders, and spine done in mental quietness. So that gives you a little bit different experience for that. Now let's go to our lower body, keeping in mind that this is where we start holding our weight on one leg as we do weight transfer to warm up our hip, knees, and our ankles. So just be conscious of where your comfort zone is. If you need to have a chair available to hold on to, a table nearby, I have this nice friendly wall that sometimes I'll rely on. Just something for you, even if you hold on the whole time and skip the hand movements. You just need to listen to your body. So first for our hip warm-up stretch, we shift our weight to one leg. We place our heel forward and our hands back. Pause in the middle, and then our toe goes back, hands forward. Back to the center, heel forward, hands back. Pause in the middle, and toe back, hands forward. So you see it's like a kickstand that goes to the side. That helps with stability. If I were to go straight back, that'd be like having my feet right beside each other. Let's shift to the leg, heel forward, hands back, pause, and toe back, hands forward, pause, heel forward, hands back, toe back, hands forward. One more. So this is very significant as our one leg holds our weight as we move that leg. Now let's shift our weight side to side, shift, and tap that toe out, back to center, switch our hands, shift, lift and tap, bring it back, side to side. Staying within our frame, keeping our body upright and not leaning into the movement. That's so important. Now for our knees, we have our loose fist. We shift, lift, tap and punch that opposite hand of the foot that goes out. Bring it back, shift, lift, tap and punch, bring it back, shift, lift, tap and punch. One more on each side. Paying attention to upright posture, not leaning into our weight transfer. Now this time we're going to take a step forward. Shift, step, heel, toe. Shift forward as we punch, leaving that back foot flat on the floor and back, feet side by side. Shift, step, heel, toe. Shift as we punch, bring it back, feet side by side. Shift, step, shift and punch, bring it back, side by side. Shift. Now for our ankles. Hands here, shift the weight, and then heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Back, shift, heel, toe, heel, toe. Now, big toe, little toe. So side to side. I don't think y'all can hear, but all my bones are popping as I move today.
Yeah.
I hope one day they don't pop and fall apart. They'd probably make me take my video down off of YouTube. All right, so now let's do those lower body exercises without talking. And I'm just going to do one per side just for the sake of wearing those joints or wearing us out, because yes, we want to build up our endurance, but we want to build up our strength at the same time. And sometimes this wears us out, a lot of weight transfer. So let's go through first our hips. That's where we do that. I call it a leg swing. Shift. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet so we can experience Jean. Give yourself a shake. That was an experience and for us to enjoy it in mental quietness for the sake of Jing. So our goal is to be able to do all of our movements without a whole lot of talking it through. The talking is important because I don't want you to forget some of those important parts of the movement. For instance, keeping that upright posture, staying within our frame as we move, not leaning into movement, doing such as keeping that foot flat on the ground as we transfer weight, not going as far as you can go, but just a short little trip side to side. Those type of important information. I don't want you to forget that, but I want you to be able to experience the internal principle of Tai Chi. Any questions on our warm-ups? All right, we'll go forward with our Tai Chi series of movements, beginning with commencement. Keeping in mind, here's our instructional part where whenever we go through our moves, we keep an upright posture, and our goal is to move slowly, smoothly, and continuously, and to give full respect to all the movements, not rush to get to the next one. And we do that in our warm-ups too. So whenever we do commencement, it's a shift to the right foot. It's a step with the left. It's a shift to that left foot and bring that right foot forward. I'm doing this in mirror image. That's the footwork, is just a step. Shift right, step left, shift left, and bring that right foot forward. The hands follow each other the whole time. There's an opportunity to move those wrists. And so we bring our hands up and down towards our bodies, bring them up, take them out, and then bring those hands back, open and close. So remember, open and close is a breath. So when we inhale, our hands open, and when we exhale, our hands close. So again, our hand movements through commencement face each other the whole time. We come up and down towards our bodies, up, out, and back. And then that prepares us for second movement, open and close. Because we're trying to have song or open joints, we keep the soft bend in our elbow. Even though we're out, we're not out. So there's that soft bend there. Just keep that in mind as you move. All right. So let's practice commencement and open and close. Here we go. And commence. Up, down, shift right. Step left, bring those hands in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Bring the right foot forward. Hands come back, open and close. All right, I'm going to turn around and commence. Open and close. Let me talk you through it. Make sure I'm in camera. Okay. And commence. Bring those hands up. Down, shift right. Step left, bring those hands in and up. Shift left as they go out. Bring that right foot forward. Hands come back, open and close. Without talking, our first two moves. And commence. Any questions about those? All right. Single whip. Single whip, we first do it to the right, and then we go to the left. So let me show you from the front. Our hands are here because we just got finished with open and close. Okay, we're going to shift left. We're going to step out right. And when we step out right, we step at an angle, which naturally moves our body at that angle. We adjust the weight to where it's about 50-50, 60-40. You may have a little bit more weight on this back leg, but don't keep the weight on your back leg. Adjust the weight. That's what I mean when I say adjust the weight. Give both legs some weight here. Now we're going to push our hands out away from us. Turn our hands to where our palms are facing away and separate. Our eyes and head will follow our left hand, but continue to move both out, which opens up the chest, stretches the shoulders. There. That's the end of the single whip. Okay, let me turn around. Remember, we go to the right first. So coming from open and close, our hands are facing each other. We shift left, step right, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. And again, single whip, shift left, step right, adjust the weight, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. So to end that movement for the transition to waving hands and clouds, we shift our weight to the left foot, bring the right foot back, and our hands come down. Let's practice that again. Single whip, shift left, step right, adjust weight, push, turn, separate, following that left hand, continuing to move both. Shift left, bring that right foot back, hands down. Let's put it to the top. And commence. Up, down, shift right. Step left, bring those hands in and up. Shift left as they go out, right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip, shift left, step right, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. Shift left, bring that right foot back, hands down. All right, let's do it without talking. From the top, commence. And again, without talking, commence. Slow, smooth, continuous is what we should be thinking throughout our movements. So let's think that slow, smooth, continuous as we do it again. And commence. That gets us ready for waving hands and clouds. Waving hands and clouds is Tai Chi walking to the side. And so this is great practice for our falls prevention. And because we are transferring weight from one leg stepping, shifting, stepping, shifting, stepping, shifting, stepping. So we're walking slowly, shifting the weight, stepping, shifting the weight, stepping, shifting. The whole time my body's staying upright. So I'm not leaning into any movement. I'm keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed as I walk to the side. My goal is to keep my head up. I don't want to look down. If I look down, that takes me towards falling. So you can practice this Tai Chi walking to the left, to the right, back and forth, go until you can't go anymore, and then go the other direction. This is where you can really make a difference in the strength of your stabilizer muscles. So yay if you know waving hands in clouds. Yay if you can move your hands and your feet at the same time. Yay if you know it comes after single whip. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do beyond just the basic of the movement. But if we want to be real, this is right here is where you can truly make a difference. And that's walking side to side. That's just a little part of our Tai Chi. But that's why Tai Chi can help with falls prevention, is because of that weight transfer opportunity that's inserted into so many different movements. So walking to the right for waving hands in clouds is our first movement that we make after that single whip. So technically we take 3 steps. We step right, follow step left, step right, shift, follow step left, shift, step right, shift, step left, 3 steps. So it's a step and a follow step is 1. We do that 3 times. If you just want to practice, you can do as many times as you want to. But for the sake of waving hands in clouds, it's 3 steps. Remember, we have hand movements with the feet, the footwork. So when you step, here I'm going to step. When you step right, you fix your hands to turn to the right. Shift, step left, fix your hands to turn to the left. So that turn movement is just like that torso movement or that spinal warm-up that we do at the beginning with that ball. It's just a slight turn, shift, step, fix our hands to turn. I said left, but I forgot I had to lie to y'all. Right to turn to the right. Shift, step left, fix our hands to turn to the left. So it's shift, step, switch, turn. Remember we talked about what order your words are in, where you feel most comfortable. In the end, our goal is to be continuous. So we want to do like a step and a switch at the same time and a turn as I shift, step and switch, turn and shift, step and switch, turn and shift, step and switch, turn and shift. So that's our goal. That's what we're working towards. Right now, that doesn't mean you're 100% and you can do that no problems, but that's our goal, is to do it slowly, smoothly, and continuously. So here we have that single whip. Now we're ready for waving hands in clouds. We step right, fix our hands to turn right. Shift, step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn, and let's do a open and close. So that comes after our waving hands and clouds. Let's go back to that single whip. The very first one, remember we go to the right first. We shift left, step right, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. Here we go, waving hands and clouds. So let's fix and get ready. So we step and switch, shift and turn. 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 And to the middle for open and close. Let's see if we can do that without the talking. Again, remembering our goal is slow, smooth, continuous. Let's start with a single whip to the right. How was that? Good stuff, huh? So waving hands and clouds to the right. Now we just did single whip and wave hands to the clouds to the right. Now we're going to do it to the left. So we came to center where we did open and close after that waving hands and clouds. Now let's go to the left. So we shift right, step left, push, turn, separate, following that right hand. Shift right, bring those hands down, and that foot comes back, ready for waving hands and clouds. So we step left, turn, switch our hands, turn, shift, step, switch, turn, step, switch, turn, shift, step, switch, turn, shift, step, switch, turn, shift, step, switch, turn, and to the middle for open and close. So just like we did it before, we're just going to the left this time. So let's start with that very first single whip, the one that we do to the right, and let's go all the way through to the end. Here we go. Single whip, shift, step, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. Shift, bring that right foot back, hands down, waving hands and clouds. Step and switch, shift and turn. 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 Step and switch, turn. Come back to the middle for that open and close. Single whip to the left. Shift right, step left, push, turn, separate, following that right hand. Shift right, bring that left foot back, hands down, waving hands and clouds. Step left, switch hands, shift and turn. Step and switch, shift and turn. Step and switch, shift and turn. Step and switch, shift and turn. Last time. Step and switch, shift and turn. step and switch, turn, and back to the center for open and close. Close it out. Any questions about single whip and waving hands and clouds? I know it's a more challenging movement, and I know you may feel a little awkward, like you have too much feet and too much hands, but just be patient with yourself and keep practicing. And that's the only way you're ever going to get better is through repetition and practice. So let's go through the whole movement of basic 6, commencement, open and close, single whip, waving hands and clouds, open and close, single whip, waving hands and clouds, open and close, and then close it out. So let's go through all of those movements, okay? From the top, and commence. Open and close. Single whip. Waving hands and clouds. Single whip. How was that? The easier for you to follow with me turned around. Yes, no, maybe. All right. What you say, Miss Sharita?
I like to see you.
You like me turned around? Facing you or turned around with my back to you?
Facing me.
Facing you. You like it in mirror image. All right. Let's do it. All right. So from the top, we're going to do mirror image. So we do everything to, whoops, I got to go over here. We do everything to the right after our commencement and open and close. We single whip and wave hands and clouds to the right. And then we single whip and waving hands and clouds to the left. All right, so here we go with mirror image and commence. Open and close. Single whip. Waving hands and clouds. Open and close. Single whip. So remember, and this is something I think sometimes I say, on that very last part of waving hands and clouds, so that last wave you do before you come back to center for open and close, you don't shift your weight. You make that turn, come back to center for open and close. So you leave your weight on both of your legs. All right, let's do it again. Run the top. Let's do a time check. All right, we have time to practice this several times. All right, here we go. And commence. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Slow, smooth, continuous. And I don't know if you wrote down your words as far as the step, turn, shift, switch, or whatever order you decided you liked them. But that's so helpful for me when I was learning waving hands in clouds, to have something to look at that helped me make sure I was doing all the parts and pieces and not going, oh gosh, or thinking, oh, I forgot to do this. I loved having a list in front of me where my brain didn't have to work. My body could just follow what the paper said. So let's do it again. And commence. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open and close. And close it out. So that's our basic 6 movements. Let's do it one last time without any talking. Facing you, mirror image. And commence. Awesome job. Let's give ourselves a nice fist massage after all that good work our legs did to hold our body weight. As we hold our body weight on one leg, as we weight transfer, that's when those muscles are really working hard to keep us upright. That's how we get them stronger. And so keep working it, knowing that you're going to get a little bit sore as you build muscle. That's part of it. But this little fist massage can help bust up some of that soreness. All right, now let's create tension and gather and then release it. Gather and release. Gather and release. Big circle. Just like our shoulder warm up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as you come up and exhale as you push down. One last time. Now let's make a fist with our right hand. That represents our strength. Our left fingers together represents our friendship. Gosh, what do I have on my neck? Sorry, I was bleeding. What have I done to myself, y'all? All right. Right fist, strength. Left hand, I was making sure it wouldn't have a tick. If y'all have animals at home that are outside, you're like hyper aware of ticks on things. So I was making sure it wasn't a tick. Strength, friendship, humility, and in mutual respect, we say namaste. I love your smile, Miss Sharita. It's so beautiful.
And you warm me. You make me smile.
Thank you, my dear. That is my goal each time I'm with y'all. So y'all bring me joy, I bring you joy, and that's a pretty fair trade, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will see y'all next week. I hope you have a wonderful one. Y'all let me know if you have any questions or if I can help you in any way, okay? All right. Love you.
Love you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.